Yo.
If you could, please, right off the top, go subscribe to us on all social platforms at 77 Flavor Shy, everywhere. And if you are listening to this and watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps us out. We get to 1,000 subscribers and we can do big things. So
I was about to go off. I wanted to be like, y'all get this shit for free. The least you can do is subscribe.
You know what I mean? Or refer for anyway. Let's not jump on. Let's not jump on. You ready for today's trivia?
I stay ready.
Let's get it. What was the original name of West Englewood? Was it A, West Rails, B, Chicago Junction, or C, Oaks West? Hey, we're going to let you know. We're going to find out right after the break. But right now, 77 Flavors of Chicago right now.
This is the podcast where we visit all 77 of Chicago's historic neighborhoods and discuss their heritage and taste the amazing food.
And if you know anything about us, we love two things, food and Chicago. So I can't wait to burn this gas money.
You ready?
Let's get it.
This is the 77 Flavors of Chicago, the podcast.
Hey, look, I nailed that intro this time.
Knowing that this intro is probably not going to be our intro anymore soon, It makes me feel sad.
It is a little bitter, ain't it?
Even though I hate it.
Yeah, you hate it?
I don't hate it. I just hate how I sound.
Of course.
So like,
and that's ironic because you liked your voice. That's why we started this podcast.
I like the voice. I just don't like
what you saying.
How you
saying?
speaking.
Your inflection in it.
Yeah, because I was like so nervous. I was like, I just want to sound nice.
Yeah, I just want to sound nice. I want to be approachable to these people. Trivia.
Don't approach me. I'm not.
Yeah, you say no. Stay right where you at. Today's trivia, one more time. What was the original name of West Englewood? Was it A, West Rails, B, Chicago Junction, or C, Oaks West? I talked about this before.
So it's possible that it's Chicago Junction.
Okay.
But I don't think, because that's Englewood.
We talked about it.
We talked about it in the Ashburn episode.
No.
No, we talked about it in the Englewood episode.
Okay, yeah.
And it was because Dion made a joke about being from the Junction.
Yeah.
So it's possible that it was that, but it's also possible that it was West Rails. What's the last one?
Oaks West.
All right, I'm going to eliminate that one.
You said that one is stupid as hell. It ain't that
There
one.
are no oak trees over there. And,
Is it?
Really?
We'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the answer?
The answer.
I'm going to say my answer is Oaks West just because of your reaction.
Okay. In the 1850s, several railroad companies laid tracks in the heavily oak tree area.
Oh.
They had several railroad switching tracks known as junctions.
Oh my God. So it could be any one of those three.
And farms in the area. It became known as B, Chicago Junction. Later, it was known as Junction Grove. Hey, also, and you were right about the Englewood. I thought you got it, but there's a Junction Grove Park located in Englewood.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so
Okay.
if you got that right, there you go. That's
congratulations. You get nothing.
And with
a coin, coin.
And with that, I'm Dario.
I'm Sarah.
And we kicking off. This episode kicks off the final 4 episodes.
That's facts.
Before we finish all 77.
Yeah.
Final 4, y'all. Final 4. How you feeling?
Good. Really excited about what we're gonna do after.
Yes.
Super, super excited. Also a little nervous
Yeah.
because we get a lot more freedom and it's like not as structured. So that means we have to be a lot better at planning, which we are. We're good at like planning out the stuff.
You know what? On that point though, too, it's like a lot of podcasts, and I know that a lot of people when they listen to a podcast they like a lot and they go through a change, you wonder, damn, is it gonna be the same?
It's gonna be better, baby.
We ain't worried about that.
Yeah,
we ain't worried. We know y'all gonna still rock with us.
Yeah, because like imagine if, just to give you an idea of what we plan on doing. So like, well, we're not there. The episodes might not be structured by community area anymore.
Right.
Of course, they're going to be focused on history. They're going to be focused on food. So the essence of the podcast is still the same. But like, for example, think of all the episodes where I was like asking these questions that required a lot of research that we just didn't do. Like if I was like, oh, I wonder what this building was or what that building, or what the name of this street meant or stuff like that. So this will give us the freedom to make an entire episode, for example, about like yesterday we were talking about doing an episode on the why.
Yeah.
So like things like that. Like, it's obviously going to be Chicago focused. It's obviously going to be Chicago history, Chicago food. It's just going to be more.
Right. We have in our arsenal already, just the ideas we were talking about. We got some shit for y'all.
We got a few months planned.
Yeah.
So,
we good.
Yeah.
So,
and we have some great people that are going to be on the podcast.
Yes.
Some really cool surprises.
Yeah.
So we're very, very excited.
Really big surprise.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all gonna love this one.
And then our 4th episode is going to be live recorded. If you don't follow us on Instagram, we posted a flyer. You can go to our Instagram and it's on there, or you can go to the North Lawndale Employment Network. It's on their Instagram, on their Twitter. So basically, our event is going to be on the 8th of December. It's from 6:30 to 8:30. It's going to be a 45-minute-ish live recording of the 77th 77th community area episode, which is North Lawndale. And then there's going to be food, there's going to be drinks, there's going to be a DJ.
DJ Rico, the juice man. Turn me up, Rico.
Technically, there are, like, you need to RSVP. All of the money that you put into your RSVP is 100% donations going to the North Lawndale Employment Network. Please look them up. They're a really cool network. They basically help previously incarcerated individuals find jobs and, come back into the community in a positive way. So we'd love to support them. They're hosting us, so we're very grateful. And
sponsored by
right. The event is sponsored by Braid, which we can't wait for you to learn more about that. And it's a really cool app that's coming up, and we are very grateful to have been part of the beta testing for it. So it's going to be a really cool event. You get to meet us. You get to meet some other people that have been guests on the podcast. You get to meet each other.
We get to meet y'all.
We get to meet you.
I think that's
unfortunately that we are limited to the number of people that we can have there. So if you are interested, please RSVP as soon as you can. And please show up. I'm gonna be.
Just say a word about that.
I know you're not worried, but I'm always like, what if no one shows up?
It is what it is.
Please show up.
Also, it is time to vote again. Chicago Readers, Chicago Best. Y'all just go there. Look up Chicago Reader. You know, we came in second place of the podcast to our boy from, Kobe from City Cast Chicago. He came in first. We came in second, which is, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with it. But we want number one. You know what I mean? Or at least to place again. So,
I mean, I'm okay with if we don't this year, but
but there's the door open for you. Please go ahead and do what you will with that information. I had fun this week. I hung out with the boys from Number 6 with Cheese, my good friends from my comedy life, Sean and Corey, and they run a dope podcast. They've been doing it for 6 years. 6 years.
And it's a cool concept.
It's a very cool concept. It's very similar to ours. Different, you know what I mean?
Ours is better.
Yeah, just stop it. It's not, you know, like I'm featured on the podcast.
It's not
so
very similar to ours.
It's not. You're right.
They just do food.
Yeah, they don't talk about the history. So that's a big difference actually. Anyway, I will be on the podcast with them. So if you want to go check it out,
give that a listen.
Give them a listen. They will be on our podcast right before we get to our celebration. So within the next
2 episodes.
in 2 episodes, they'll be on there. So that was really cool. We got some cool. I'll talk more about this, but they got a nice hot sauce, a very nice hot sauce that.
They got two versions.
2 versions of it, a hot and hotter. So, in a very good. We'll talk about it during the food portion. But that is that's our life.
Do you want to ask how my week was?
Yeah, I did. And you start talking about. I thought that's what you was gonna do. But go ahead.
No, I don't want to talk about.
We run the tape back. I asked you. You said, "Well, how you doing?"
Oh, you said how are you doing? That's not how your week was.
Okay. Well, how your week is? I mean, how you?
Fine.
The CPS is showing. My bad. My bad.
That's just your lack of interest in my week.
No, it's got stop it.
Well, my brother is coming.
Hey.
He's moving to Chicago.
Is he moving to Chicago?
I mean, we're
look
talking.
at
So he's either going to be in Chicago or he's going to be in New York. I'm rooting for Chicago.
Boo, New York.
Boo, New York. No, boo, New York. Fuck them.
Okay.
Damn. I'm rooting for Chicago. He's like literally moving from Jordan.
Yeah, that's a life change.
He's leaving his little bubble of friends and support, and he's coming in. That's why I wanted him to move to Chicago, because my sister and I both live here. You live here, so he has like a bit of a support group.
Right. Yeah,
He's a little nervous, but we're picking him up from the airport today.
I mean, he's leaving the Middle East, where he's been his whole life, to move.
Well, he went to college in Canada, so he lived in Toronto for a few years. But he lived with my cousins, so like again, he was surrounded by people that he knew. He's never lived by himself.
Yeah.
So you know,
this is a whole new world out here.
All right, now we got to pay Disney.
Damn, we did. And you know, like last episode, we got a copyright claim on YouTube.
What'd you play?
I don't even know. We didn't even do anything.
This is because you be breaking into belts.
These 3-second singing pieces.
Doing too much.
Anyway, speaking of doing too much, we back to our tangents. 10 minutes in. Let's start talking about the history. But y'all know how we get down. Let's get tuned up. Yeah. Here we are. Starting the final four. This is very bittersweet. We are in West Englewood community area number 67. The boundaries: to the north, Garfield Boulevard; to the south, 75th Street; to the east, Racine Avenue; and to the west, railroad tracks at Bell Street. Now, here's the thing about the boundaries. We give you the proper boundaries, right? And by proper, I mean what's laid out. You know what I'm saying? Like what's laid. But when you are in these community areas and when you have grown up over there, they're different, right?
Yeah.
The boundaries are very different. And the reason why I bring that up in this particular area is because I grew up 5 minutes, like if that, from the western boundary of West Englewood. Yeah. And it's coincidentally in my life, it was western. That was the western boundary.
Yeah.
And that is not the west. That's not according to what they say. You know, like I said, it's railroad tracks. There's not a single railroad track to the west that so I don't know. I'm not challenging anything. I'm just saying.
So the actual outline says
railroad tracks.
But there are no railroad tracks?
Right. Yeah, there wasn't. I mean, you know where we were, where Western is, where I grew up.
Yeah.
And maybe you cross the street.
They got taken out.
How, baby?
You could remove
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
On Western?
Oh no!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Western. That you.
No, I know Western.
I know you
Thank
know.
you so much for it. You said Western.
Yeah, but like it. Yeah, so that's just my only thing. I don't know. Like that was the first time where I'm like, because I grew up there.
Y'all lying.
Yeah, right. Somebody ain't telling the truth. Anyway,
University of Chicago.
They set
these boundaries.
Yeah, well, that sponsorship going. Hey,
they don't sponsor us.
That's facts. History. This area was first settled in the 1840s by German and Swedish farmers, such as everything in the southwest side of Chicago. Yeah, such as the as such. The land was marshy, had a bunch of trees. Marshlands.
Oh,
yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Marshy.
Right, marshy. Why? You think my teeth or something? I can't say it.
No.
You said it like, damn, your gap going.
No,
I'm
asking. That's not what I meant.
You said the brother got a bag of fixing teeth.
No, I'm saying is that the adjective?
Yeah, marshy. Yeah, marshy.
No, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not,
these Midwestern terms. I don't know.
You're right.
We don't have marshlands.
Yeah, they're right. Well, Chicago was all marshy. Anyway, they had a bunch of trees, and these trees were so like nice. They were like back in those days, they were called luxurious oak trees. Oh, so that's why you see how I put all the answers in one. Anyway, that was good. I'm an orator. Orator. A good
all
writer.
These new words.
Hey, your boy done read a dictionary right
you
before
got
this.
The little toilet paper with the word of the day on it.
You know what I'm saying?
Said synonym for writer, orator.
Look, I do what orator is.
Okay.
In the late 1850s, early 60s, Irish workers also arrived to the area, and they started working on all those railroads that I talked about in today's trivia.
What?
The railroads that I said that right. And all the what I talked about in the trivia. In 1865, Junction Grove was incorporated to the town of Lake. And if you remember, town of Lake is one of the big ones.
Yeah, only 3 of them.
Yep. The name Englewood came from Henry B. Lewis, who was a member of both Cook County and the town of Lake boards of education. He named the area Englewood because it was very woody, just like Englewood, New Jersey.
Oh,
here we go with Englewood. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Also, Jersey.
Right, right. You know, good.
I never been there, but that should sound nasty.
Couldn't call us boardwalk or some shit like that.
Boardwalk. We don't. It's not
Boardwalk,
it's not a
Chicago. It's not a boardwalk at all. So yeah.
I miss the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Me too.
They're coming back soon.
Man.
I think like February is the new season.
Teresa is so toxic, but
I
I
can't
like
wait
her.
to see her wedding.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that to Joe, right?
No, to Joe.
Yeah, ain't that his name? Joe.
No, Joe's her brother.
Yeah, Louis. Louis.
How
I know
dare
Joe.
you.
No, I thought they was all Joe. Yeah, Louis.
You said I thought they were all Joe.
Hey.
You've been watching this shit for 14 years. How
Damn.
could?
Hey, I'm from Chicago. Everybody Joe. What up, Joe?
Wow.
Anyway,
Remember when you called me that?
I did. You know, sometimes my dialect.
You call me so many things.
Stop it.
That are just.
Let's stop right there.
Bruh.
You call me that. You call me bro.
In 1871, the Great Chicago Fire displaced a bunch of people, and actually they flocked to this area. And here's why they flocked to this area: because they were like, once the city burned down, they was like, you know what? We tired of that big city
Yeah.
shit. Let's move to Town of Lake and this little Junction Grove area and start a new life. So they didn't want to do all that stuff, but it was a slow build. So they did build up, but it was a slow build there. In the later in the 1870s, the area became known as Englewood. That's when they officially changed the name to Englewood. In 1889, it was annexed to the Chicago, and then of course, you know, growth happened, right? So that's how you can start getting good amenities of the city. In 1896, streetcars came to the area and connected the city to the community to downtown Chicago. So they had a bunch of railroads, but railroads back then were, you know, to carry goods and the transport. They weren't transporting people, right? Unless you jumped on that bad boy
They
illegally.
weren't. I thought it was like.
Not, I mean, not.
Because like when were the what year was this?
This is 1889. I guess they were transporting people because Pullman.
I was gonna say they didn't have cars.
Right. They didn't have cars. Did they? Damn.
If I remember from Downton Abbey, they got the cars in like.
Well, I guess they did have cars.
10s and 20s.
Yeah, I guess they did have cars. Right. Shit. This is a good ass question.
When was cars?
When she about to show your ass Disney.
When,
Anyway, so when they in 1896, while you look that up, they built sidewalks and they built more homes, and then in 1907, the L extended down to that area, and that is the Green Line that came down to the area. Fun fact. Here's a fun fact. This is a dope ass fun fact. Okay.
Okay.
The first movie and performance theater was the Hippodrome Theater in 1912
Wow.
on 1619 West 63rd Street. In 1918, it later became the Atlas Theater. 1920, it was the West Englewood Theater. 1936, it was the Ogden Theater. And get this, Bob Hope came to Chicago in 1928, and his first professional gig was at the West Englewood Theater.
Wow.
Yeah. And in 1961, my dad was 1 year old. It closed in July.
Wow.
And it was demolished and torn down. So, if y'all don't know what a hippodrome is, we went to a hippodrome. I've been to a hippodrome for the first time in my life when we went to Jordan.
Yep.
We went to Jordan, the Roman city of Jaresh.
Yeah.
And
Wow, good
you
pronunciation.
let me
Okay, look at
coin,
you. Of course.
coin your boy.
As you should.
You know,
Little coin boy.
little coin boy. Hey, that's.
That's
Then I got that little coin boy right there. No,
that's
that's
a shirt that says the coin
no,
boy.
don't do that because that shit it feel weird. It don't
Why?
feel right. I don't know. It just if somebody called me coin boy, I look.
You feel like you're in a fraternity and your name is
No.
Chad?
You know what it is? It's boy. Don't call me boy. You
I
know
feel
what
that.
it is?
I feel that.
Don't call me boy.
No, it's not like that.
I know it's not like that. That's what I'm saying. It just feels
coin
like
man.
that. Yeah, there you go. Coin man.
Monopoly man.
No, because then he's white.
And capitalistic.
Man, let me get a coin man. Hey,
Coin
I like
man.
the coin man.
Okay.
It seems like I
All
just
right,
be on the
cool.
block.
I do have the answer for the car.
What's the answer?
So Carl Benz applied
Hey.
for a patent for the vehicle powered by a gas engine.
Let's go.
In January 29th, 1886.
Oh,
The
so it's
first-
close.
No, but the first sighting of a car outside on the streets was in July of 1886, but the cars did not become common until 1908.
Wow. So actually we were very close.
Yeah.
We were right. So cars didn't exist right around
Yeah.
that time. No, I mean,
they existed, but they just weren't commonly owned by commoners.
your boy Carl Benz out here with the Mercedes. Wasn't nobody getting them up. No, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So check this out. After World War I, which was 1914 and 1918 for anybody that's don't know, the area gained a lot of Italians came to this area, right? A lot of Italians came to the area. They worked at the stockyards, they worked at the rail yards, and that was a huge source of employment. Fun fact, another one.
All these
quickly.
fun damn facts.
Yeah, a lot of fun fact, because these are, now this one is one that we asked the question when we found the answer to. The retail on Ashland. So if anybody has ever been, if anybody's ever been down Ashland, and if you've traveled Ashland like we have from north to south, you will see that there's tons of retail shops, residential on that street, and it's kind of weird, right? It's kind of you look
go
at
from like entirely residential to almost entirely
retail. And so we asked the question a couple weeks ago, and we said, what is up with that? Because my whole life, like, it's just been like that. Here's the answer. There was a transit bus barn, and transit bus barn is like where those buses, kind of like stop in, like they
carry barn animals. No, I'm just
it was
what kind of bus is it?
CTA bus, basically. So where they park the CTA buses out in the main section, they kind of like,
and then
it's like a hub.
Somebody calls you filthy animal as you get on.
It was a bus station at the corner of 75th and Ashland, and that corner was the leader of employment for the West Englewood and that surrounding area. So that was the leading employer. And what happened was the rest of Ashland, because it was so popping and so busy right there, and it was a lot of employment, all the other shops moved along the area. So a lot of people were like, yo, if they're down there, if they, this is a good spot to give people some place to work and good shops to form here so that we can get some business. So that's why Ashland has a shit ton of retail and shops right down there. And it stayed that way. And the stretch goes from, this is of course just like the south side, but it goes from 63rd to 75th, which is a decent amount.
Yeah, I was gonna say, by the time you hit 75th, are you in Chatham already or no?
That's so you could pivot east to west. So like if you go east, yes, you in Chatham. You going towards Chatham. Okay. So dope, right?
Yeah, that's pretty dope. We're pretty close to Ashland.
Yeah. And it's the same thing up here.
It's the same thing. Yeah. Except for that one part of Ashland where it's all like tile.
Well, you got to think Ashland. Stores. Yeah, Ashland is cutting through. It's going north to south. So you got some expressways.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that has got to cut through. But even then, the hospitals is on there. You got churches right on that street. There's just. Ashland is like that. I'm glad we found the answer. Yeah. That's pretty dope to find that answer. Now speaking of that community and the population, in the 1920s, the community population was 53,000.
Wow.
Huge. The Great Migration was happening right around from 1916 till about 70. And it saw more blacks come to the area, right? Particularly in the 40s to the 50s. Now, in 1970 to 1980, the black population went from 48% to 98%. In 1980, the total population of that area was 62,000. Huge. So that area was just it had never seen a decline until the 70s saw the first economic struggles, and that's the 70s, not long ago, right? Not long ago. They saw some economic struggles. Bus barn finally closed. The stockyards closed down. The rail jobs, they left the area, and for the first time in its inception, the community of Englewood declined in population for the first time in the 70s, and which is crazy. 1990, the population was 53,000. It dropped down to 53,000, 98% black, and white flight happened and black flight, which is crazy. And I want to talk about that for a second. Black flight, yes, they did leave and move to the suburbs, but I can tell you that a lot of that time you were pushed out.
Right.
A lot of black people were pushed out. Now, some probably more than we talk about in the other community area. And we could have brought this up several other times, but
I mean, we did when we talk about gentrification, in Hyde Park.
They pushed out, but the thought process that it was an election to move out. Sometimes it was we chose to move out, as opposed to at the same time we've been forced out, right? Yeah. We've been forced out of the area, but everybody left to the suburbs, and because it was more retail, which is coincident. We just talked about how it was booming. There was better home construction, and then the schools were better. And here's something about the schools. just more than 25% of residents had a high school education in West Englewood. Today, the population is, get this, 30,000.
Wow.
Yeah, huge drop off. 87% black.
More than half of the population.
Yeah, 87% black, with the majority of the rest of the population is Hispanic, and 42% now have a high school diploma. So the population decreased, but more people are getting that education, right? And here's why I bring that up, because it brings me to this, which is we're gonna end on a high note here. The West Lindblom School Math and Science Academy High School is in West Englewood.
Okay.
Literally on Walcott, right there, right down the street on 62nd Walcott, right down the street from where I grew up on 62nd, which is crazy. I've never been to Lindblom, but it was right there the whole time. Anyway, Lindblom used to go by Lindblom Technical High School, and later on, Lindblom College Prep High School. It was founded in 1919, named after Robert Lindblom, a Swedish-born trader. He worked on the Chicago Board of Trade, and he came to Chicago in 1867. It's a selective enrollment school, and the building was rehabilitated and to preserve its great architecture and history. So if you look at it, if you're looking on YouTube right now, I got pictures of it, and later on I will have pictures on social for you, but huge colonnades right out front. This building looks fantastic. I was down there coincidentally. Reason why I didn't even know this school was that close to me is because you got to be super smart to go in there. You got to be smart.
You are super smart.
You got to. The ironic part about it is I was down there and they were having a robotics competition. You know how smart you got to be. There were people from Morgan, there, all over. It's a bunch of schools all over. I talked to a dad who was very proud. He was from Morgan. He was proud. He was like, man, this building's so nice. He was like, Nate, if you go in there right now, they got a robotics competition. I was like, no, I'm not going. Like,
a random man walking into a school.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, A, that was my first thing. I was like, and then B, my ego is not gonna let these punk ass kids be smarter than me. No,
I feel like people are smart in different things.
Yeah, right. I would have walked in there and be like, do you have a great podcast? I don't think so.
Well,
robotics major.
Does it take intelligence to create a podcast?
Stop it.
That's the question. Does it take a certain level of intelligence?
I don't know. But I don't know.
think so. But you are an entertainer.
I am an entertainer. You know, this is entertaining. You're an entertainer.
I mean,
let me entertain you one more time though.
Okay.
Let me June 9th. June 9th,
fine.
2010. That building, huge school, received landmark status in Chicago.
Oh wow!
So I also brought that up to a couple of people out there. I was like, "Did you know this is a landmark?" They were like, "No, we didn't know it was a landmark." I was like, "Yeah, it's a landmark." And as crazy as it is, we've said this before on this podcast. If you just look at some of these buildings, the landmarker is literally right in your front of your eyes.
Right.
When I tell you it is in plain sight. When people walking up the steps, and I asked guys like, "Did you know this is a landmark?" And now I knew it was a landmark because of research.
Right.
But I'd never seen the plaque.
Yeah.
And as I said, it was right next to us.
Yeah.
In plain sight.
I swear that's crazy. I never used to notice these things ever.
Yeah.
But once we started doing the podcast, I would just see plaques. It started to subconsciously, it's something I look out for.
Yeah.
Like we went to the Lily Pond by the Lincoln Park Zoo.
Crazy.
I've been there so many times. I never knew that it was a landmark.
Never knew.
And then when we went the other day, I was like, oh, there's like 3 plaques that say this is a landmark, this is a national, this is a historical site. I'm like, and I never even noticed.
Yeah, never noticed. So keep your eyes open.
Look up every once in a while.
Look up every once in a while.
But also look at your phones because you need to listen to this podcast on your phone.
Or have it in your ear while you're looking up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, while we talking to you where to go. Anyway, let's talk about the food. We'll be right back after a second. We got some good food to talk about. Very good food out here in West Englewood. We'll be right back.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
What's cracking?
What's cracking?
We good.
How was your little break in between the segments?
It hurt, y'all. It's hurt. I don't even want to bring the mood down, but I just read the news that the original Green Ranger has died.
That's crazy.
Of apparent suicide. I'm hurt right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh my goodness, that's my childhood. This was the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers coming. Y'all know how I rock with Power Rangers.
Yeah, you're dorky.
Oh yes, I got his autograph on the original Dragon Dagger.
You have a video with him?
I got a picture and video of him doing his morphin' time. Like, I'm shook, y'all. But that's not what this is. That was a horrible break.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, that was horrible. Anyway, let's talk about the food. Let's talk about the food in West Englewood. Let's talk about that.
We went to Happy. I know the place name.
Happy
Fish and Chicken.
Yeah, there you go.
Which, if you can't guess by the name, is one of those, like, it's not really a full restaurant. It's like a shack.
Yeah.
That sells fried fish and chicken, as well as other things. So like their menu is they have like a bunch of different fish dinners with like shrimp, catfish, tilapia, perch, and then they have chicken, wings, and pizza, and it's like different combos of things. You can get up to 100 wings for $86.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You can get jerk lasagna.
They jerk everything. Listen, if that's what she said. I thought we were gonna go a whole episode about it. That's what she said.
No.
But if you are a fan of jerk, then Chicago is the city to be, outside of other places that make jerk. I don't know. I haven't had jerk food anywhere else.
Other than the Caribbean,
far.
the Caribbean, or is it Caribbean or Caribbean? Outside of that, I think Chicago got jerk on lock. We do that. We do this.
We love jerk everything.
We do.
That's what she said.
I was already smiling, giggling.
Because you're childish.
I am. Oh, don't remind me. No. Anyway,
I didn't say childhood. I said childish.
Oh, you did now.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
They also have sandwiches.
Yeah. They sell breakfast too.
They do sell breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's an what's the word?
Instagrammable?
No. Extensive.
Extensive. There you go.
Menu. You know how I feel about extensive menus.
Yeah.
So.
This one is a large menu.
Listen.
This is a large menu, yo.
You can't convince me that you've perfected everything on that menu. I refuse.
Well, now hear me out.
But if you're frying different kinds of fish, again, do you know the cooking time of all these different fish? Do they all fry at the same time?
Here's the thing.
I'm not a fish cooker. You know what I mean? Because I only started eating fish as an adult, and it's slimy. Like, I can bake a good salmon. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with that. But like extensive. My mom is a great fish cook.
Yeah.
She used to make, like, she would have fried and baked fish days where I would have to leave the house because for me it was just like I didn't eat it, so I just didn't want to be there.
Right.
But she would bake an entire like large fish, and it would be a stuffed fish, and then she would fry like 6 or 7 different kinds of fish, and she would always buy them super fresh. She would descale at home.
Right.
I
know what descale means.
I know, but like, can you imagine?
That's a lot.
A person cooking for 12 people, descaling the fish.
Yeah, somebody got to eat that scale. Somebody got to eat the scale.
Could never be me.
Yeah.
I'll buy a salmon from the store and then I'll put it in the oven.
I love fish. I love fish, especially the what I think is whitetail. I think whitetail fish. I think whatever it was, one that's very fluffy. Ooh, it's good. Maybe it's cod. I don't know. Yeah, maybe
possibly.
It's,
I don't know enough about fish to have an opinion like that.
I know when I see it, I know what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love a good poke bowl.
Yeah.
I love some sushi, but like I will not eat eel. I will not eat sea urchin. Like just off GP.
Nah. None of which is sold here at Happy at
right. Yeah, but yeah, like the fish that they sell, I would like tilapia, perch, catfish,
the traditional.
All of that is okay.
Spaghetti. They got dope sides.
Okay, so let's talk about what we got.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So we got the fried fish dinner, which is you got perch.
Perch, yes.
It comes with fries and a side of coleslaw.
You get 3 fillets.
You get more.
Was it 4?
It was 5.
5 fillets?
5 fillets.
You can get them steaked or filleted. I got them fillet.
Yeah, you get 5 fillets. Really good.
Yeah.
I really like them. Usually they can be a bit too salty, but they were good.
Yeah, the breading was nice on it.
Perfect.
It was, you pull it off. And I got perch because like I didn't feel like dealing with the bones. You still got to look for the bones and everything in there.
Yeah.
But in catfish, sometimes catfish can just be too much.
Catty.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but it was very good.
It was good.
And the fact that it was only like $8 for the $8 or $9 for that dinner. And you get a bunch of pieces, and then you get a lot of fries. They give you the sauce with it.
A lot of fries.
Yeah, so it's really dope.
Do you think you got the large?
Maybe
because the small is $10.
Oh, okay.
The large is $12.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, if that's what it is. No more than $12 though, and you still get 5 fillets.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fish
with fries with it. So fish and chips, y'all.
Yeah.
It was very good. It comes with the hot sauce, and their hot sauce. I don't know what that hot sauce is, but it's like sweet. It's like sweet but spicy.
It's like hot sauce with barbecue sauce, which is basically mild sauce.
Right. It was very good. Speaking of hot sauce, we talked about it at the beginning, and I was with Corey and Sean. They have their own hot sauce, the number 6 with cheese hot sauce, and they got 2 versions of it. It's very good. I tried it for the first time on their podcast. They were so gracious to send us two bottles, one of each one that they have. This is made by in collaboration with Chef Iron Mike. Which apparently he listened to their podcast and knew their palates when they went to him and said, "Hey, can you help us out?" He was like, "I know y'all palates based on what the podcast is." Yeah. He made these flavors, and apparently they didn't have even a second try at it. They nailed them on the first try.
Wow.
So
they are so good.
Yes.
That I literally was eating them with cold fries this morning.
She is wild for that one.
Hot sauce and cold fries for breakfast. That's how good this hot sauce is.
Yeah, this hot sauce is. It's so. If you're wondering is it hot, it's hot.
It's
so
hot.
If you can't deal with heat, this not for you.
The not so hot one is actually bearable.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
most people should be able to do that.
The Sixer sauce is good. It's not that hot.
Right.
It's hot, but it's not like unbearable.
Yeah.
That one though.
The hotter Sixer sauce.
The hotter Sixer sauce. You have to be a little bit.
You got to be tolerant. You have
to be.
You got to be tolerant. But both of these are very good. I put mine on the perch, and let me tell you,
it's so good.
When I say next level.
Yeah.
They brand this as you bring this along with you, and they do it on their podcast. They bring it along with you. And I Sean, Corey, I promise you this. I told you on the podcast, I'm telling you now, y'all need to go get this hot sauce, and this will be with us everywhere we go.
It's literally so good.
Oh, God, it's good.
And
very good.
The description says it's the perfect all-purpose hot sauce, and it's a blend of red jalapeno, mustard, ketchup, honey, made to complement burgers, fries, pizza, chicken, tacos, and so much more. Yeah. Grab your phone, wallet, keys, and Sixer sauce.
Man, I'm about to be like Madea.
And also, this is not sponsored, y'all. They just were gracious to send us these bottles, and we like them. Yeah. Nobody paying us to say this. Yeah, we actually like it.
We like it. This is for real. I told them right there.
Yeah. This is actually fire.
But it was a good compliment to this type of food here. It was like perfect.
I agree. We also got a second dinner plate, which was
the jerk chicken. Half jerk chicken.
Half jerk chicken. Yeah. It comes with rice, and beans.
Red beans and rice, yeah.
And then
you get a side. You get 2 sides.
You got spaghetti and mac and cheese.
And let me tell you,
that mac and cheese was probably one of the best mac and cheeses.
Yeah. That mac and cheese.
It probably had Velveeta in it.
It probably did. It had to. Got to. You know what I mean? Like
it tastes. You could taste that synthetic cheddar.
You can. It was so good. It was creamy.
So good.
So good. Now here's the thing. This is the spaghetti. The spaghetti was a hit to me.
The spaghetti, and I understand. I understand what kind of spaghetti this is, but I just can't.
Here's the thing.
Let me literally tastes like you put.
Yeah.
The jar of sauce just in a pan, and then you put the pasta in it.
So let me better describe this for y'all, so y'all have an understanding of where she coming from with this. This is black people spaghetti, okay? Like I'm just saying.
You're making it sound like I'm shitting.
No. I'm not. I'm just being honest. Because this was the debate. A lot of people like that ain't real spaghetti.
It's too sweet. I feel like.
Hey, look. If you go into a black barbecue, this is the spaghetti that you will be served. And in my, this shit is fire to me. It's good. Yeah. It was good, but I know it's not for everybody. That's why I know a lot of people are like, don't say black people. It is. It is. Like you go nowhere on earth and get it like this.
Yeah, because like Arabs make spaghetti different too. Obviously, we're not making Italian spaghetti in Jordan. Right. You know what I mean? Like the spaghetti we call it bechamel, and it's a bechamel sauce with the ground beef and the spaghetti, and then it's baked.
Yeah,
and then we have like regular spaghetti, but it's also it's kind of similar, but most of the spaghetti that my mom ever made, she baked it.
Right.
So it's like you get a little bit of a crunchy spaghetti, and then the middle is softer. But the bechamel one is like our go-to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So it's a white sauce spaghetti.
yeah. I don't know about that one. I can't. It's good, but like this is home base right here.
Well, I say that to say that like every culture has its own version of a spaghetti. It doesn't mean
I think it's dope. I think it's dope to have your own version. But you know what's funny? You said we can't do it like the Italians, but Rome was in Jordan.
No, yeah, for sure.
So it's close.
No, I'm saying like
very close.
I mean, we're not making we're not using
like the
Holy Trinity and then adding my mom is not slow cooking the meat for like 6 hours. No, she's not doing all that.
I'm sure I can't wait to go to Italy because I'm sure you can't tell them shit about this American ass spaghetti we be making.
And that's fine. Like
I can't wait to taste it.
Like
I bet you they could be like, you puny Americans.
I really don't like when people are like, this is not authentic. Of course it's not fucking authentic Italian. We're not in Italy.
Yeah,
like
we're not there.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
idiot.
The chicken though. Let's talk about the chicken.
Yeah, the jerk chicken.
The chicken, the jerk chicken. You know,
that was a decent amount of chicken too.
It was half. It was half a chicken. And here's the thing: Chicago ain't ever going to get jerk wrong. I promise you that.
Yeah.
We're never. That's nothing we're ever going to get wrong. So if you are expecting to get some good jerk chicken, you're going to get
anywhere that says jerk.
Yeah, you're not going to miss. You're not going to miss it. It was very well cooked. It was still,
but it wasn't dry.
That's what exactly I was going.
It was mostly dark meat and a wing.
Mostly. Mostly. It was. I mean, good.
If you prefer white meat, you should just go straight.
Who
to
cares?
Hell. Just go straight to hell.
Who cares? It's good.
No, take your ass to hell.
Hey, look, Dan.
If you prefer white meat, you're lying to yourself.
I mean, who's prefer? I mean, I like it.
No, but do you like when they say dark or white?
Shit, if I'm being real with you, just give me the goddamn chicken.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Like, that's
like I don't
but
know.
If you had to choose dark or white,
what man? Look, I'm trying to evade the question because like
dark.
What parts of the dark?
Because thigh.
Okay, there it is. I'm not a big
thigh or breast.
That's dark meat.
Thigh is dark.
Yeah.
Breast is white.
Okay, I did. Hey, you know.
What do you prefer, Dario?
I just say. Just say no. Like, don't do this to me. I like.
Listen, all I'm saying is most people fuck up a chicken. So if I'm gonna eat up your fucked up dry chicken, give me the thigh so there's a bit of fat in it so it's not as dry.
You feel strongly about this.
Very strongly.
What did they do to you?
Because it's so easy to make a bad dry chicken.
Damn.
That if I'm choosing,
you passionate.
Yes, very.
Lord have mercy. All right.
Maybe a little entitled too.
But maybe.
You know what I mean? Thinking of the chicken police. But I'm just saying, I'm doing you a favor by eating the dark meat.
Yeah.
Because if your shit fucked up, it's the white meat gonna tell me.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
The white meat gonna expose your ass.
If your shit dry, the white meat gonna tell me.
Yeah.
So
I'm
doing you a favor by eating the thigh. Because it's probably gonna be better. Like even a bad.
You said a bad cook could make a white meat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you meat.
No, a bad cook can make dark meat.
Oh, right. There we go. Yeah, a good cook has to be able to mask. You know what I mean, or work with. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
I think dark meat is like an orgasm. Even when it's bad, it's good.
Hey, well, go ahead and get a dark meat then. Ain't no shit. Boing. I ain't got one of them buttons.
Wow.
What else do we have? I asked. I had a burger there.
Of course you did.
Of course.
I'm never sending you to these places by yourself.
Yeah, I had a burger. The burger was fire.
Dario goes to order the food and then just eats while he's ordering.
I did. Because
you have no self-control is what
I do.
Why didn't I get a burger?
Because I ate it. I wanted to give you half. This shit was good.
You do eat with all your fingers.
I do. This ain't about me. Let's continue talking about the food.
Can we talk about that for a second, though?
No.
How you eat with all your fingers. All of Dario's fingers get dirty when he's eating. I cannot fathom why you need to use all your fingers.
First of all, why are you looking at me? Because
I love you.
Let me be in my element.
And here's the thing. We eat with our hands. Like as a culture, we are a hand eating culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't come at me with like, oh, you being racist. No, miss me with all that shit. We don't even got forks. Okay.
Relax. That's true.
Relax. We eat with our hands.
We have chicken forks. With a spoon.
We have forks, but we eat with our hands.
Yeah.
But like, you don't need to get your whole hand. What if you need to like grab something? You need these two pinchers back here to be able to grab.
That's
shit.
When you be like, hey, My man, give me one of them over there. Give me one of them. Pass me one of them.
You need the pinky and the ring finger to pinch things.
No, I'm good.
And you eat with the first three, so you keep two clean.
I grab my glass like this.
No, you gotta do this.
No, I do
you
it.
Gotta be doing
I
this.
do it palm heavy.
No, and if you guys not seeing, I'm picking up the hot sauce with my pinky and my ring finger.
I'm palm heavy. Shit, I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm just saying, your life would be much easier. You could grab clean napkins. You could touch your phone with your ring finger if you need to text somebody back. You need 2 clean fingers on each hand.
We're doing too much. This is,
right.
you know what I mean? That's too much. That's too much. What? Just use all your fingers.
You're doing too much.
Anyway, the next thing we had was it was, I don't know, it was a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, right. It wasn't. That's the thing. But that's what they call it.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was really good.
It was very good. But they snuck some damn mushrooms in there.
I don't know where that button is.
Yeah. And yeah.
All right. So this was a victory moment for me.
Oh my goodness.
You know why? Because God is good and ball don't lie. Okay?
Ball don't lie. What?
Because for 3 years, Dario has said, I do not eat mushrooms.
I don't like mushrooms.
I fucking hate mushrooms. I know the flavor of mushrooms and I don't like it. And I was like, when was the last? No, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me get this off.
Go ahead. Get yours off. Get yours off. Yeah.
I was like, when was the last time you had a mushroom? And he goes, I don't know. So he's clearly no. Let me finish. So you clearly don't know the flavor of a mushroom. And here's the gag. He loves truffle. Okay. His expensive ass palate loves a truffle mayo. All right. He eats truffle on he loves a truffle pasta. All right. Hey. But he will not eat mushroom. Okay. So yesterday, he eats the sandwich, and I was like, did you like the sandwich? And he goes, oh, it's so good.
No, tell it like it.
No. You said, oh, it's so good. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like about to eat the sandwich, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, this shit look like mushrooms. And he finished it. Like he started eating before I saw it.
Now here's the thing. I was like, I thought that was a mushroom. Yes, I did say that.
Yeah, after I said.
But the point is, y'all, I was like, damn, is that a mushroom?
But you smacked.
I did.
You smacked.
Because it was too late. The chicken, it's a lot. First of all, it's a lot of chicken on there.
There's a lot of mushroom on there.
No, it's not a lot.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Would I lie to you?
I mean, you done snuck some green shit and some rice for me before.
But
mashed
that
potatoes.
wasn't a lie.
I knew the mashed potatoes was different when it was green eggs and ham.
Yeah, that wasn't a lie. I told you what was in it.
After the fact.
I would never lie to you about what's in food because I don't like being tricked to eat something I don't like.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So I would never. But I didn't know there was mushrooms in the sandwich. And you were like.
I didn't know. So here's the thing. The first bite I had.
With your fingers.
The first bite I had was a small bite. I just literally had some. So I probably didn't get any. Wait a minute. Sandwich. I had 2 times though. The first time I only had 1 bite.
Yeah.
So I guarantee I couldn't have had a mushroom. That second time though, I was eating it. I'm like, I saw it and I was like, I don't know. I thought it was like onion. If I'm being honest, I was like, it's either onion or
there was onion in there.
It was. And but then I was like in my head. And so when you said it, that's when I was like, fuck. Fuck.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
The moral of the story is
the story is I'm right and you love mushrooms and now everything will have mushrms in it.
No, that's not. No,
I have been cooking for 3 years with no mushrooms.
She can make mushrooms, just make a different portion.
I know, which is infuriating and so annoying because I made boeuf bourguignon and I couldn't.
What the fuck is? Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Wow. And I couldn't put mushrooms in it because he doesn't eat mushrooms. I had to make my portion with mushrooms by itself. But had I put mushrooms in it, the flavor depth.
Yeah. Anyway, the camera about to overheat, so I see the thing. So we better hurry up.
All.
No. We had the lemon.
Oh, the lemon cake.
I love the lemon curd cake. It was great.
It was a bit too sweet for me.
But you always say that, so it's not nothing new.
Yeah.
But if you like sweets.
Yeah,
that shit was fire.
I just like it to be slightly less sweet so I can eat the whole thing. If it's too sweet, then I gotta eat it.
That's what she said.
Then I can only eat a few bites, and I'm like, oh god, I don't like too much sweetness. So
yeah, I tell you one thing: if you got a sweet tooth,
that's the cake for you.
This for you. This the cake for you. And now we're done.
All right. Well, on that note, if you guys enjoyed this episode, send it to someone you like. And if you did not enjoy this episode. Dario likes mushrooms, so it's really a win for all of us. Send him mushroom. I'm buying mushroom by the pound, baby.
I got tricked.
Okay?
I got tricked.
I'm buying all shiitake. Okay, all of that.
Don't bring that shiitake in there.
Wow. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of 77 Flavors of Chicago. We hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please like, rate, and subscribe to us on all streaming platforms where you listen to podcasts. And we hope you listen soon. We'll catch you back next Monday with a new episode. Bye.